Hey, Elise.
Morning.
Morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
Good.
Sir?
What was that?
Morning, man. Afternoon.
There's Miss Margie.
Good morning, Martin.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Very good.
Good. We are working hard to solve your issue.
That would be great.
We'll get it knocked out. Oh. Well, it's almost 9 o'clock. We'll give everybody a chance to get up and get on.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, better call here.
Yes, yes.
All right. Trying to get caught up on text message. Good morning, everyone. We'll give everybody a few minutes to join us. We know the first rule of real estate's 9 o'clock meeting starts at about 9:03, so let everybody get logged on. Everybody's going through the steps to check their camera feed, decide if they want to put up their avatar or be seen live, checking their hair. Looking at you, Tiffany. Just kidding.
Hey, give Tiffany a break. She did 7 miles on the bike this morning.
Hey, that a girl.
Good for you.
Hey, I walked from my front door to my car.
Yeah. She's up doing that while I'm still in bed asleep.
Is she on what is it called? What's the bike? The home exercise bike, the Peloton? Are you on a Peloton?
Nah, it's not a Peloton, no. It's just a normal, well, it's electronic, but it's a recumbent bike. So
Gotcha.
she gets out, she gets down, gets that thing going.
Those Pelotons are expensive.
Yeah. I kind of want one of those little those mirror things you hang on the wall. Have you seen those? The mirror, it's like a TV screen that mounts on your wall. You can work out with it.
Yeah.
If you've read the book 1984, that thing will creep you out a little bit. If you haven't read the book 1984, you should. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. I know we'll be loading up and going from 23 to 50 here as we start talking. I want to welcome everybody in. Thank you all for joining us. I want to say hi to our Branson family. We're glad we can have you guys along for the ride. We've had a great week of trainings. For those of you that missed Jordan's spreadsheet and know your numbers class yesterday, I shared out the link to the YouTube channel. I posted that up on there. I also posted the file with her spreadsheet for everybody if you want to use it into the Facebook groups. So if you go in your Facebook groups for Branson or for here at the lake, in the files, it'll say Jordan's spreadsheet PDF, so you can download it and play with that. I want to encourage everybody to dive in, and it's a great time when we're kind of sequestered at home to be doing things like tuning up our numbers and looking at what we really got to do. So that was a great class, and I hope everybody got a lot of it. Also, I want to encourage you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to draw a name at random from either the Branson or the Lake office, just out of the subscribers, and we're going to give away a free month's office bill. So go subscribe. Can't hurt you. Can only help you, right? We can use that extra month off. Also, I want to remind everybody that Bold Pivot starts next month. You can sign up for it on your MyKW page. And it's the $99 online Bold. It's going to go for the month of May. It's going to be huge. And if you haven't taken Bold before, this is a great chance to dip your toe into Bold. Obviously, it's not required, but we'd love to have you. We're giving away 30 scholarships here for the Lake of the Ozarks group and 30 scholarships down in Branson. So if you're interested in a scholarship for that and you need that to help pay for it, because obviously times are tough, email your respective CMAs. Email your respective MCAs. So you guys down in Branson, email Monica or Cretia, and they'll get you information about the scholarship. Here at the lake, email Amy, and she'll take a list. If you will give you a scholarship for it, all you have to do is complete it. If you fail to complete it, we'll bill you back for the scholarship because we're not going to pay for it if you don't take advantage of it. So that's the biggest thing we've got going right now. But I want to encourage everybody to sign up for it. If you haven't yet, remember your little mask. I am Bold, right? So you can get one of these and make your own COVID mask with it. So hope everybody does that. All right. So as we do on Friday mornings, we kind of dive into the technology a little bit and we talk about command and we do question and answer, try to solve some problems. So I'm going to go ahead and share up my screen right now. And I'm going to pull up my command. And I was looking today and there's some really neat. All right, see if I can get this right here. There's some really neat stuff going on. So I'm going to take you, whenever you open up your command, not already opened mine this morning, it always starts you on your home page. And if you're running ads, things like that, this is where your leads will be, right? So you got your task. I've got some follow-ups. I need to call Mr. Joe Mama. Obviously, I had put a test dummy contact on a smart plan, so I probably need to erase that. You can also see leads that came in and where they came from, whether it was your app or your site, your command web pages, or if you put them in on your own. So important to understand that, and always check through your homepage. Design updates. Guys, if you're not using designs, I think Jordan was telling us yesterday that she has got a mailer campaign getting ready to go out in the ALC meeting. We were talking about it. You can do, if you're a print mail person, you like to farm and you like to send out those postcards and mailers. Jordan was sharing with us that she's super stoked about it. It's easy, it's beautiful, and it was cost efficient and time efficient, I believe. Would that be accurate, Jordan?
Absolutely. I'm pumped about it. The fact that we can literally design it in Designs in Command and pick the neighborhoods that we want to go to on the map, and they're going to do everything for us. And it was super cost effective. So yeah, if that's something you guys are interested in, we're doing a just sold mailer. Send it out because people are home right now. And I don't know about you, but I'm like checking the mail is like an exciting part of my day every day now. So I think it's a really good time to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? It's a great overall point. And fundamentals, guys. You know, if we were an NBA team or an NFL team, the coaches would be preaching fundamentals. You know, practice your free throws, make your blocks. In the real estate business, it's all about the fundamentals. We've talked a lot over the last few weeks about lead gen, touches, you know, farming, things like that. These are so important. Just sold postcards, those are so important. You know, I used to tell people in my coaching program that nothing is more frustrating than when you drive by a house and you see a sign and you think, oh, I should market that neighborhood. And then you know what happens? Without fail, that house sells, and the next day, one of the neighbors has a sign in their yard from a different real estate company. And you know why it's from a different real estate company? Because that agent didn't undertake the fundamentals. That first agent didn't just go talk to the neighbors, didn't send out mailers, didn't do anything to leverage that listing into more business. And there's always someone, you know, close by that may trigger. And so it's a great example of how if you undertake the fundamentals, there will be business. You know, I know Sam Rhodes is a big believer in the mailers. He gets a lot of listings and he has a system and does mailers. So, you know, get into Designs, check it out. Somebody's popping up here. Let me adjust my mouse. Somebody's popping up here in the chat. Tiffany says she's sending out letters and cards every day. You know what? And that's a great thing to be doing, Tiffany, because, you know, like Jordan said, people are stuck at home. They want to hear from you, right? They want to hear from anybody. They're happy to get a card in the mail. I read my whole oil change coupon offer that I got in the mail just because it made me feel special. So great chance to be taking advantage of that. Another thing you always want to do is you want to come down and check out your updates, right? This is where they tell you all the new things and all the improvements they're making. And guys, they're making improvements on a weekly basis, right? So our app is getting a lot better. The U tab is not YouTube. The U tab is now called More. This is where you can find Keller Mortgage and Keller Covered. If you're not taking advantage with your buyers right now when times are tough and letting them know that they can get a lower cost mortgage through Keller Mortgage, hey, you know, maybe you're not really upholding your fiduciary duty to give your clients information about how they can save money, right? Keller Covered, maybe people need to save money on their insurance. These are great opportunities, and it's a great reason to share your app. You know, hey, let me send you my app. There's Keller Mortgage feature in there. Just go on. You can get a low-cost mortgage. It's a wonderful tool. Landmark search is also available. Remove agent and find an agent's in the app. Command Market Center, that's for leadership. That's back of the house, so we can mark items in compliance as missing, right? So now when you go back in, you can look at your compliance list and see what's missing. Client update emails now show up in the opportunity and contact timelines. Opportunities with click a button, you can calculate commission based on the unit amount. Insert extra payment options for commissions, such like E&O, concessions, if there's things that you pay for. And there's a new dashboard in Command or in Campaigns. And that's where we're going to go first, right? So I'm really, really excited about this because we've been talking to everybody. So I'm going to click on my Campaigns tab. Click on my Campaigns tab there. We've been talking. If you've jumped in and done any ads, then you recognize that this really is new, right? So what they've done is they're building a dashboard now where we can track our progress. Because like Jordan told us this week, knowing your numbers, right? Knowing your numbers, how's it going? Well, here you go. This is another way that Command's going to let you track your numbers so that you know where your successes are, where you need to improve. So it's going to show you your connected accounts. You can manage those. It's going to show you your leads to goal. Now, obviously, since I'm not a realtor, I have 0% on target. If I was a licensed agent, I would really be struggling to be through the first quarter and be 0% on target. It's also going to give you performance data on the campaigns you're running. So $20 spend, how many campaigns have you run? I've just run the one little generic campaign. Now, I didn't generate any leads because I'm not an agent. It'll also show you your engagement, right? So in the past 30 days, it'll show you if somebody shared, if somebody liked. Now, I just ran a test ad as an example once, so mine looks pretty bad, but I guarantee you if we pulled up somebody like the Statons or the Matt Fords or Jordan or anybody that's running these ads at a high level, Sherry Wig, they could show you their dashboard where it gives them great information so that they know how they're engaging with their clients, right? Another thing that's really neat is it's giving you suggested quick posts. So for those of us that want to pay a company to put up, you know, we all see those cheesy little posts that come up say, wouldn't you love this to be your backyard? And we're paying some company hundreds of dollars a month to post that. Well, Command gives you quick posts that you can just share out to your social media that are like that. You can schedule them up, and it even says, it'll even give them stats like, what do people say about it? Oh, it's a dog-friendly area. Oh, it's rural and quiet, right? Is there water access? So, you know, maybe here at the lake, it's lakefront or mile marker. As we build in things like the insights, those will matter, right? In fact, if one of you agents has a boat, I'd go out to the mile markers and I'd put insights in so that insights for each mile marker would start showing up in your app and on your stuff, telling them, hey, what's it near? Is it near, I don't know all the mile markers. I'm still new to the lake, but I know that mile markers is how we define whether a property is good or not. So, you know, great idea. Also, you can create your own little neighborhood videos. If you guys haven't watched these yet, they're really super neat. So it's just a quick thing you can slap together. This is the Barton Hills. This is near the Home Base Market Center, but it'll show them what's going on in the market in February, and you can share this out to your social media. Obviously, homes in Barton Hills are very expensive. And it's just a quick little function. We did one, and in fact, we could do one today and slap it together and it takes minutes to put this together. Just literally minutes to put this together and have a nice little animated video that you can send out to clients or share to your social media to try to drive the conversation, right? Another thing that's really neat is it has tips and training from KWU here on the dashboard, right? So how to create a neighborhood smart video social post. That's what we were just looking at. Also, how to send a newsletter email campaign. So if you've been trying to get your email campaigns up and running, here's the training right here in your command, right here on your campaigns dashboard, and it's going to give you all sorts of great information on how to do that. So that's a tremendous thing that they're building in here. And this is what's so exciting about Command is we talk sometimes and we hear, you know, oh, it's not working, or it's not. Hey, the thing is, it's not perfect. It never will be. But in 1 year, what they've done is they've built us an entire AI platform that they are improving every week for our agents to where you're going to have your entire business right here from one portal. And for those of us that have been in the business a while, we know that when I started, God, I had to have a login for this and go to a website for that and try to connect it over here and download this and upload that and learn how to use it all. Now it's right here. It's all right here. You can start your business. This is like opening your storefront every day. You come in, unlock the door, turn on the lights, and boom, you're ready to rock. Oh, we're getting questions. All right. Does it track the Twilio numbers as well? So Twilio are text messages that go out from smart plans. I don't know yet. And to be honest with you, Lynn, I just saw this update this morning, so I've had about 3 minutes before I got on the Zoom to jump in and see. I think right now it's tracking the campaigns that you're actually running through your various mail markers, etc. Twilio's portal will probably have some information on tracking your text messages, and your contacts in your timeline will have a response. It will log a response, I believe. So you'll be able to track if the text messages are being responded to. Does that sound accurate, Jordan? I know you've been using the text messages.
Yeah, well, we have and we haven't. My understanding is that because there's not like a campaign, like this is for campaigns that is around text messages, you can go and do a bulk action. But as far as I know, I don't know that there's a campaign that's just text messaging. I think, Martin, you're right that you'd have to track it either with Twilio or on your individual contacts, or if you have a tag that you marketed to, you can pull up that tag and look at the contacts individually.
Right, absolutely. And you know what, Lynn? The best thing about it is I'm not ever going to say no. I'm going to say not yet, because it seems like they keep building in more and more ways for us to track it. So I would say if it's not there yet, it probably will be. And if you guys don't know, that's a great idea. When you have a great idea, go post it to labs, because if it catches enough votes, they will actually build that in for us. So it's a wonderful opportunity. And it's another way to just know your numbers. So that's your new campaigns dashboard. Any other questions around that? All right, excellent. Excellent. So let's go over here and for those of you that haven't done it yet, let's create a video. Where are the little videos? So let's go through how to create a neighborhood social post and see it. All right. So you go to social posts, campaign icons, generating the neighborhood video, right? This is what it's going to look like. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like the video or the in-person, click on these things and it takes you through and shows you these step-by-step Keller Williams University instructions. All right. Oh. All right. Sorry, Lynn. She says to slow down. All right. My bad. I get really excited when I'm talking about command. What did I skip past on you? All of it. Okay. I skipped past all of it. I'm sorry, Lynn. All right. So I was at my campaign dashboard. Okay. Went through these quick posts, and you can see they change and give you different options for quick social posts. And then you have the training down here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over and create a little social video right now. So let's go over here to social post. Okay. If you're following along at home, I clicked on social post. All right. And we're going to click create your own neighborhood video. All right. So we'll do, I don't know any neighborhoods down at Branson. I'm sorry. So we'll do an Osage Beach neighborhood. All right. So here's Lake of the Ozarks, Osage Beach, Missouri. So I'm going to select that one. And click next. Now it gives you a chance to edit the numbers. So if this isn't the accurate information, or you feel like this is not right, maybe you want to, you can come in and you can adjust these if you want to. Okay. I will say that they've gotten way better at getting the information accurate. I think we all know when Kelly came out a couple years ago, the neighborhoods, it could be a little iffy, and that was because of MLS feeds and boards not wanting to share out information, etc. Agent information, you can see my terrible squished headshot there. And market center brokerage information. So you got to have your Dubier logo. Each office is independently owned and operated. Your license number, that's my Texas license number. I don't have a Missouri license number. So you go through, you select all that, you click next, and that's it. It's generating your video. I mean, it took us 2 minutes. Now, I know I go fast, but that's it. So if you haven't created one of these, if you haven't built a video, here you go. Now we're ready to rock and roll. Welcome to the Lake of the Ozarks. Here's what's going on, right? So if you're running a post and you're trying to generate, is that too loud for everybody? I don't know how the audio sounds on the screen. No, okay. And these are just the first run of videos, guys. That they're going to continue to improve all of this, but what a neat little function for those of us that say, well, man, I'm not real techie. How do I put together something like that? And this is where the insights come in. it's going to take insights that we put in and add that data in. Does that just post to your command website? No, you can save it and post it to your social media. You can post it to your Facebook. Absolutely. Yeah. No, you can save and post the video, right? So I click on save and post video. The video is saved and it'll pop up and say new social post, and it would post straight to my, and this is my old business page. So obviously, you know, I'll post it and publish it, but not anybody from Texas is probably, well, I say that people from Texas want to live here, but you can publish it immediately. You can schedule it for a later time. So let's say I wanted to schedule it to go down next month on the 1st. There you go. It'll post at 10 a.m. on the 1st. I can also delete it, change it. I can upload a photo to add, you know, or I can add a link. So say you want to add your website or share your app link. You can add your link in here and enter the link, and there you go. So, you know, you can immediately get it going, and you can preview what the post will look like. It'll say, hi, neighbor, I want to learn more about it. Facebook, Keller Williams. So wonderful opportunity to, so you can add all 3 photo, link, and video in one. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And this is neat because, guys, I got to tell you, it's another example of how quick Command is evolving and growing and improving. We looked at how to make these videos when they came out about a month ago. They showed us the first one at Family Reunion towards the end of February, and we looked at it a couple weeks later, and they didn't have this. They didn't have it like this. You could make the video, but you still had to take it and share it. Now it's connected and it's hooked up and it's going to rock and roll. And obviously you can edit, you know, hi neighbor, want to learn more about the latest market trends, real estate development, and lifestyle insights in your neck of the woods. Let's chat. You can change that up. I know research shows, and this is something that maybe it's a sign of my age, the over emojification of America, where now we have to put emojis in these little pictures, but those are popular, right? Those posts with emojis get more traction. So they're building this stuff based on research data that says, okay, do this and you'll have a lot of success. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule my post. It's going to show me a preview. This is what it's going to look like. And I'm going to schedule my post, and boom, Facebook post scheduled for May 1st, 2020 across one page. If you have multiple pages, you can schedule it to go across multiple pages. And then here in my social media, it's going to show me, you know, and this is important because we talked about Hootsuite and some other options, and they're great. You know, if you want to do multiple campaigns, I'm all about time efficiency, so I'm not telling you not to use something like a Hootsuite or a Ripple, but Command is building out. Once again, they're giving us everything we would need to run our business in one platform. I can go into my social media and schedule post, create post. I can go down both channels right now, and they're adding more all the time. So, you know, it's one of those deals where this is a great opportunity, and you can quick share. So if I wanted to quick share this little information about, you know, my app, I could click there and it would give me an instant share. So I click on that. It pops it up. And there you go. If you love looking at houses, downtime, download my new apps. Got local insiders. Collect your dream away at kwapp.com XXX. So you got to go in and add your KW app to make sure it's yours, right? You got to brand it to yourself. But that's a huge opportunity to, you know, and everybody's always asking, well, how do I get all these touches? Well, touch your database like this sometimes. Oh, Margie has a question. Do we have to state where the information came in? No, man. No, this comes from this doesn't actually, the MLSs won't give us sold data, right? In a lot of areas. And so what this is this comes from our neighborhood data app, which is another program that we've contracted with for the data. And so you don't have to state where it came from because it's just rough numbers, right? These are just the averages. But you can go in if you want to change it where we showed the edit data. You can go in and edit that data and you could say, you know, took this off the MLS this morning. So you can customize it up as much as you'd like to. But that's a great question. And I should say, I am not a broker. I don't know if Connie is on here or not, but I don't believe they've never told us that it's MREC required that we state it's Lake of the Ozarks MLS. So, because it's not, it's neighborhood data. It comes from the neighborhood program. Other questions around that? I know everybody's just as excited as I am about it and dying to get on with making social media posts. Right, Jordan? She's grinning.
Right.
She's probably done all this. She's probably sitting here like, tell me something I don't know already, Martin. Jordan's
No,
like
the little,
director,
actually,
so-
the video link, I just sent a message to Claire and said, hey, check out the YouTube, because she's out putting up signs on our new listings today that I didn't realize. Maybe she does. I always say I might be the owner, but Claire's the boss. So she might know that was a thing, but I didn't. So I'm here to learn too. You know, I do things at a high level, and yet I can still learn things too. So thank you.
Absolutely. No, that's a great point. You know, no matter how good we're doing, we can always grow, right? If you think you've learned it all and know it all, paid ads for Facebook, will you demonstrate that today also? Absolutely, Jenna. I'm happy to do that. So this is where email campaigns go out. You can see I've sent a couple of tests out, things like that. Direct mail. This is where Jordan was talking about. You can create a direct mail campaign. So definitely a lot of options to get in. So I like to answer a request. I had a request, so we're going to create a new paid ad for Facebook. Okay. So create campaign. Now you want a social ad paid, right? Or if you use Google Ads, you can create it here. This is a paid social ad. So once again, I'm in my campaigns. You can do it from your dashboard. You don't have to be in paid ads, because when you click create a new campaign, it's going to give you, hey, what type of campaign do you want to create? I want to create a social ad. All right, what am I trying to do? Am I advertising multiple listings? Am I advertising one listing? So maybe say you're an agent that does a lot of condos here at the lake. I know in Branson they have a lot of condos, and maybe you've got multiple condo listings at the same complex that you'd like to drive traffic to a group open house you're doing, things like that. You can advertise multiple listings. For this case, we're going to advertise a listing. And since Jenna, we'll call it the Be Selling Group. Since Jenna's the one that asked for it, Jenna, give me a listing address that you guys would want to run one for. You can type it in there. So I clicked on Facebook. I'm going to run it on Facebook. I'm not going to run it on Instagram or Twitter because I don't have my ads set up for that.
Okay, 333 Cottontail Road, Sunrise Beach, Missouri.
333 Cottontail, one word or two?
One word.
One word, Tail Road. All right, I'm making a note here. That's obviously not going to be one of my listings. So you see it says show only my listings. I'm going to go with show all listings, which is going to pull up all of KWLS. And I'm going to look for 333 Cottontail. And is Jenna, are you looking on here? Is this the right one? Can you hear me, Jenna?
I think it's that one right there in
Yes.
Sunrise Beach.
Okay.
Yes, Sunrise Beach.
Sunrise Beach, yeah. And as you can see, we're working on the mapping. So sometimes we get double listings in our KWLS here at the lake. That's because we have two boards that share an MLS. Well, the company that we use to map the feeds in from the listings, they do it by board feed. So that company's computer sometimes has a hard time with the fact that there's two boards with one. So Margie asked, what is the rule of thumb for agents if they want to advertise another agent's listings that you use in your office? Get their permission. That's a great question, Margie. Get their permission. Please, please, please don't ever run an ad for someone else's listing, because, you know, our philosophy at Keller Williams is you're listing your lead. So we don't want to take someone's listing and put it out there as our own. Now, I can tell you right now, almost every agent, I can't say every agent, but almost every agent I know, when I was an agent, if you came to me and said, hey, Martin, I want to advertise your listing and spend some money and see if I can find a buyer for it, I'd say, you're great. That's awesome. Please share my listing out everywhere. So, you know, reach out to them, shoot them a quick email. Hey, Margie, do you mind if I advertise your $1 million listing so I can try to find a buyer for it? And Margie emails me back and says, yeah, Martin, go ahead, sell that sucker. All right, good. We're good to go. So please reach out and ask the other agent. Do not share someone's listing without permission. That's a great point, though, Margie. Very good question. So Jenna, I'm assuming I have your permission here to share your listing. Margie says we can advertise any of hers. Go for it. So there you go. If you want to sell Margie's houses, she says, get it done. I like that. Okay, so we clicked on that listing, we selected it, and it pops up. All right, now if you realize that you got the wrong house, you can go back and change listing. It's going to show you a Facebook preview for web feed. I would encourage you guys to check the mobile feed, because these days, well, I mean, these days with everybody at home, they might be on their computer a little bit more than normal, but most of the time these days, we all know people are looking at everything via their phone. So you want to know what it looks like on mobile, okay? So we're going to go down here, and we are going to go to our ad text, okay? And gives you a little hint. Keep your text short, clear, and to the point to get your message across. Talk about exciting landmarks or amenities nearby. So for those of you here at Lake of the Ozarks, like I said earlier, mile markers is a big factor. So you might want to run in, you know, right off mile marker 5. Is that a thing, mile marker 5? I'm still learning. I don't have my picture up.
You can say Frankie and Louie's on this one.
Okay.
Mile marker 10.
Close to Frankie and Louie's. Is it IE or Y?
IE.
And Louie's. Frankie and Louie's.
Yep.
Off mile marker 10. Off mile marker 10, right? So you can you can punch up your anything else you'd like me to say. I've only got 11 more characters.
You're good.
Okay. All right. How about can I fit call today? I can. I can fit call today. Call today. There you go. Look at that. All right. Enter a headline. What's our headline need to be? How about, I'm terrible at headline. Correct the to kitchen part to has. Open floor plan with new kitchen, has granite countertops. Is that what you're saying? Oh, this home has 2 full kitchens. Okay. Has 2 full kitchens. And you can see if you do that, it took off my exclamation point here because you only have the 250 characters, but that's a good catch, Lynn. That's a really good catch. I'll admit I've run a couple test ads for people, and without fail, my bad grammar ends up making it look funny. So triple check yourself, right? All right. Great Lake home and area allows VRBO. All right. Great job, Jenna. So we're going to write in that. And area allows VRBO. All right, good headline. So description. Totally updated lakefront home. In a desirable location. Would that be accurate? Is mile marker 10 pretty desirable? Two kitchens. Open floor plan. Sorry, guys. I'm a bad content writer. Not waterfront, but do you have access? Oh, okay. Boat dock, awesome dock. So it's not waterfront. Okay. So is that a thing here at the lake? We don't call it waterfront unless it's on the waterfront. Oh, okay. It is waterfront. All right. 2-car garage. Ooh, I hear that's very popular at the lake. Somebody told me the garages are like gold because not every house has them. So 2-car garage, wonderful dock. And remember, this is a test run, so obviously you guys, when you're running them, and lots of extra parking. Near mile marker 10. 2-car garage is waterfront. So there you go. So now, like I said, when you're actually running in, oh, fenced yard and grass. I like that. Fenced yard and grass. And lots of extra parking. So there you go. So we're gonna go with this because this is just kind of a test run ad I'm throwing out there for you, but we want it to be good. Near mile marker 10. Time to come live that lake life. All right. So that's our description. So we've got our description in, and when you're doing these, the little red asterisks tell you got to have something here, okay? So it also can't contain misleading content, content that implies personal attributes, adult or political content. So y'all keep your adult and political content out of your ads. All right. Talking to you, Rick Servant. All right, save ad text. I got a laugh out of it. Once the ad is running, I have not found a way to go back in and change it in any way. You know what, Jerry? That's a great question. I have not tried to edit. I've only run a couple as these tests for examples to teach people, but I haven't actually tried to go back in and edit it. Jordan, have you tried to edit an ad that was currently running?
That would be a Claire question.
All right, so what Jordan's telling us is that we need to get the Claire portion of the Salisbury team into these Zooms. Jordan,
That's
next
not in
week
my
I'm going to
20.
need you to put
That's
out the
not
list.
in my 20%. So I don't know, but I can ask Claire, and if she does, if she has, I can have her reach out to you.
Next week I'm going to have you put out your listing signs and get Claire to sit in the office there and do this.
That's so true.
So I don't know if anybody has tried to do that, but you know what, Jerry? What I will do is I'll run this, and when it's running, I will try to edit it, and I'll do a Loom and share it to the Facebooks and the YouTubes to see if I can edit it, because that's a great question, right? If you realize something's wrong, or you misspelled something, or you did put some political content in it, and you want to take it out, that's a really great question. So I will check that. Have not tried yet. Okay, so we're going to configure. I'm going to select Martin Richardson, KW Lake of the Ozarks. If you guys watched when I tried to do one of these a couple weeks ago, it took me to Facebook and it kept asking me to accept their terms and service. And what I finally found, Dustin Doomer and I were working through one together. And what I realized was the reason it wouldn't let me is I was accepting it for the wrong Facebook page. So when it takes you to Facebook, make sure up at the top of Facebook's little thing, you're accepting the terms of service for your page you're trying to share it on. Now, we all, you have a YouTube video for this, so is that something we can add in on this post? Oh, we have a YouTube video. Yeah, so right here, Jenna, that's a great, there is an option to edit update. However, I've never tried to use it. So Rick knows that there's an option to edit and update one because he's looking at one they're running right now, I'm guessing, but we haven't tried to use it. So that's great information, Rick. Thank you. So then definitely once I get this running and approved, I'll do a follow-up Loom around trying to edit it and see what we can work out. So thank you, everybody. Man, these are so great when you participate and play along and help us pour into each other and share the ahas. Tiffany says when she tried to edit one, it made her start over, but that was a few weeks back. So All right, that's good to know too. Maybe if you edit it. Now I do know that Facebook has a policy and Facebook has a review process for these ads. So when you make an edit, it may be an issue that it makes you start over because you're going to have to go through the approval process again, right? Because they wouldn't want you to circumvent that. But we will look into that. And Tiffany or Jenna, I'm going to answer your question right here. So we all know the use of Facebook lead generation form is the secret sauce. We want a call to action button, learn more, sign up, apply now, depending on what we're doing. And if you had a YouTube video, this is where I'd put the URL, right? So that after viewers submit the Facebook lead form, it would direct them over to the YouTube video. Does one have to have Loom app to watch Loom? No, Tori. No, ma'am. Loom allows me to do kind of what we're doing here, but it allows me to pull something up and make kind of a walkthrough video showing my screen and talking about it. And then I share the video link and post the video in the YouTube channel, and anyone can watch it. So all you got to do is click on the link. You won't have to have the app to watch it. But that's a great question. And I would encourage you guys, get Loom on your Google Chrome browser. There's a free version. And if you run into a specific problem dealing with command and you reach out to me or you reach out to one of the tech people to get help, then you could do a Loom and email it to me and say, hey, Martin, this is what I'm struggling with. Sometimes when they call me, it takes me 5 or 10 minutes to even understand, well, where are you? What are you looking at? And then I can try to help you. And Tina says she puts the listing page link on the URL so it brings them to your website. And that's a great point too, right? You could also probably embed your website into your YouTube video so that you could try to drive them further to your website, right? So one way or the other. Jenna, do you know the YouTube video link, URL? Can you type it in there? Okay, Marina asked, didn't we say Facebook doesn't like outbound links? So Marina, they tend to like it less if it's on a post. If it's on a paid ad, they'll allow it in those situations. So you still want to be cognizant of the rules of Facebook, but essentially, if it's a paid ad, they're going to let you do a lot more than if it's a post just on your regular post that leads them away from it. So there you go. So, all right, so we've embedded our YouTube link here, okay? Where are we going to target this ad to? Now, we all know that here at the Lake of the Ozarks, and I'm sure in Branson too, we do not have all of our buyers here, right? Our buyers come from other places. So what I want to do is I want to go to St. Louis, where there's lots of buyers. That's the number one. Remember, we looked at the map that showed us the majority of our referral percentages come from St. Louis, Missouri, here at the Lake of the Ozarks. So I want to find St. Louis, and I want to run a radius around St. Louis. It'll let you go up to 50 miles, okay? And then expert targeting. So optional, you can increase or refine your audience by targeting interest. So let's go over here and let's see what all the interests are. So some of the first ones that we always want to target is, have people been liking? Because if they've been liking Zillow pages, well, then they're probably looking at real estate, right? And then we want to say, what about Realtor.com? If they've been liking Realtor.com, okay, then they probably have been liking real estate, okay? What about just real estate? Have they been searching for real estate? All right. Are they looking for real estate brokers maybe? Maybe they're looking for someone who sells real estate. How about, I don't know if Lake House is still an option. Okay, it's not. What about Lake? Nope. So Facebook doesn't want us being discriminatory. So they have some things that, like lake houses, they think that's only for rich people, so they don't want us to target that. So you got to be, creative in that. How about house hunting? Oh, that's a good one, Lynn. Try recreation. Let's see if recreation is there. Ooh, recreation is not there. How about boating? Oh, come on. Facebook, y'all are so difficult sometimes. So, ooh, vacation. That's got to be there. There you go. Vacation rental. Maybe they've been looking for a home that they could put into a vacation rental process. So good call. All right. And we'll scroll down through here. There's all sorts of, you can see, and it shows you the estimated audience size, right? And gives a description. People who have expressed an interest in pages that are related to a bank account, right? So what about things like mortgage? If they're asking about a mortgage, maybe that means they're looking to buy real estate, right? Have they been using a mortgage calculator? They're probably trying to figure out how much they can spend. If they're looking into mortgage loans, if they're looking for a mortgage broker, right? So now we've got an estimated audience of millions, right? 155 million, 3 million. So we've estimated our audience. How many of those can you check? You know, to be honest with you, Lynn, I've checked, I think I've checked 8 or 9 before. I've never actually hit the limit. So I would encourage somebody to check as many as you can. Tiffany Servan says she's done them all. So obviously you can check them all. That's great. You can check them all. All right, good job. So we're going to save our Facebook ad, and the little checks tell us we've done everything right. So duration and budget. I'm going to cheap out here a little bit on Jenna and say, okay, I'm going to run it for, I'm going to run it for 10 days for you guys, right? And it's going to have now if it comes into my lead capture form, if any leads come in, Jenna, I'll forward them over to you. Don't worry, I'm not licensed, so I won't sell your stuff. Does it charge more according to the amount of check boxes? No, it doesn't charge more according to the amount of check boxes. It's a charge per channel. So really what we've seen is it's more about, you know, like they'll recommend, and sometimes you'll see them recommend 20 days for $2 depending on the amount of check boxes, etc. But no, it shouldn't charge more depending on how many targets you put in. But that's a great question, Tori. So I'm going to save my duration and budget. Okay. So now I'm going to move the chat box here for a minute, and I'll come back to it in case anybody has a chat. And this is what it's going to look like, right? Great Lake Home and area allows VRBO, learn more, right? And this is that Facebook lead capture form. They're going to click learn more. Okay. First time on market, total remodel in 2019, turnkey, open floor plan with new kitchen with granite countertops. And that's just the one. And that's kind of a great lead in. You want them to learn more. You want them to kind of, oh, let's click on it and see what's more. So I'm going to publish this campaign. You can see I've already got my debit card in there. Green campaign. It's going to spin for a minute. Just give it a second while it, there you go. Facebook campaign successfully created. So that took us the better part of 14 minutes with me kind of talking around it a little bit and having to ask some questions. So you can see you can have an ad running today very quickly. Uh-oh. Oh, don't worry about it, Jenna. That's all right. Don't you worry about it. I'm happy to do it. And if I think we're even working on a program where we could do some sponsored ads from the Market Center coming out. There was a deal that did that. We talked about having a class around it because we saw a Market Leonard that had it. So will you walk through the direct mail too? I'll tell you what, Lynn, I'll jump into it and we'll try to get as far as we can. We gotta honor everybody's time, but I will jump into it. Jordan, I know y'all just did this, so if you see me doing something wrong, please dive in. So Lynn asked me to walk through the direct mail. I went over back to my campaigns. I clicked create a new campaign and I clicked direct mail. And what am I advertising? Okay, I'm advertising a listing. All right. And this is going to be Lynn's campaign. All right. And do I want to use a default template or do I want to upload a custom template? So if you guys have something that you've made before on like Canva or something that you really like the layout, you can upload your custom template. You don't have to use ours. These are just the default templates, okay? So I'm going to select default. I'm going to click set up a campaign. and it's going to ask me to search listings. Lynn, what's your listing? Give me an address here. 94 Arbor Glen. Okay. Arbor Glen. I don't want everybody just thinking that if you come on here and ask questions, I'm going to just start marketing everybody's business. I'm not made of that rainmaker money. All right. Is this it right here? Yes, ma'am. That is it. That's you. Nice. Very nice house. All right. So I selected that house. And if you notice, it takes me over here and it shows me something that's you don't have to mail it out. No, I know. I'm teasing you, Lynn. I'm teasing you. So it shows me something that's very similar to what we just went through. It's going to give me different things I need to complete. And when I get all my little blue check marks here, then I'm ready to rock, right? So this is the listing. You double check, make sure your address is right. What's the listing status? Is it empty? Is it just listed? Is it coming soon? Now, watch out with the coming soon. I know we just had the change on that kind of stuff. So, be cognizant of that. And if you're holding something back, you might time these mailers to go out coming soon the day before you get it, so that it's not you're not breaking those rules. All right. So be careful with that coming soon feature now that the new NAR changes there. We can add, how many bathrooms and bedrooms is it? Let's see. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath. So you can add your bed and bath. And you see it also lets you do halves if you need to. Half baths, not half bedrooms. I don't know if you can do a half bedroom. It'll have your description, right? You can add a QR code. Once scanned by the recipient, they will be taken to a page where their contact information is captured. So if you want to lead capture, people sometimes use those QR readers on their phone. You can get and put a QR code on there, okay? And then over here, it shows you, what do you want? Do you want a 4x6? It's going to cost you 59 cents. And that is the cost per postcard, including mailing fees. So that is stamped, labeled, sent out. That's printed, stamped, labeled, sent out, which, guys, a stamp alone costs like 38 cents for a postcard stamp, 35 cents, something like that. So you're talking about 59 cents for the per card for the whole process. That's printing, that's stamping, that's labeling. That should, I'm not a math expert, that should save you roughly $1 bazillion, right? And saving money is what we're all about. And it's first class. That's right, because that's how we do it, Keller Williams. We roll first class. That's 59 cents first class. You can also go with the standard or first class for the bigger ones, standard or first class, standard or first class, and I mean 6x11. Now you're getting into the big postcards. So we're going to assume, and I'm rushing through this a little just because we're up against the time. We're going to assume that we're going to use the 4x6, right? Listing photos. We're going to choose this real pretty one right here on the first, right? It says it's a low resolution, but that's okay. Let's see, should be at least 300 DPI or greater. Recommended minimum size is 12 by 1800. So if you don't have the right size photo, you can take that to Canva and resize it, right? I'm gonna save it, and it's gonna tell me no. So see, it won't let you use a picture that doesn't fit. So if you're gonna get your pictures, take your headshot or your primary shot here, take it over to Canva and resize it to fit. Or a lot of times, the pro photographers where I come from, they give you several folders and options. I assume that's here too. Tell your photographer, I need my primary listing shot to be at this resolution so that I can use it for my mailers, okay? So we're gonna assume that we got that right. We're gonna move over and say, is that the agent? Yes, it is. That's Melinda Haig. Sorry, Lynn, but it says your name there, so I'm just reading it out. And then you can upload a photo of yourself if you like, right? So you can put your pulls from MLS, so you'll always have to change the image size. It pulls from the MLS, so you'll want to but you can upload it here from your computer, right? So these are just, it pulls the MLS photos, but if you have a better version in your computer, you can click upload and replace there, and it'll drop down and give you that option. So great point. Yeah, it does just pull the MLS, but if you have a better option, you can load it from your computer. Keller Williams, Lake of the Ozarks, that is our market center, right? So we need to enter our address. Then this is the Market Center franchise address. So be sure and use that one for our Four Seasons family. If you want to use the Four Seasons branch office address, you can. That should be okay. If Connie gets on you about it, tell them Martin said it was okay, and she'll say, well, Martin's dumb and doesn't know what he's talking about. But for now, just go ahead and roll with it. We'll ask for forgiveness instead of permission. All right, verify the address, and it'll pop up. Is that correct? Yeah, confirm address. And there you go. Assuming we had that picture done, we are ready to rock. Your mailer is now complete. So I don't know how long it normally takes you to put together a mailer and get it stamped and labeled and addressed and put out, but I just got done with one in 6 minutes. 6 minutes, and it's going to cost me 59 cents a pop. Here's where we click to preview our postcard. This is what it's going to look like right there, right? This is the front. This is the back, okay? And if we'd have put the DBA logo in there, lens picture, there'd be some added stuff there. So this is just using the default template. But guys, talk about click on the targeting, okay? Local targeting or target your database. So if you do target your database, you'll have to add your contacts in there. And this is one of those things where, well, so local targeting means it'll mail out within a certain area, or target your database means it'll go out to people that you have in your contacts, right? So great question though. Jordan, did you have any thing to add around the targeting? Did you guys do anything special with it?
Yeah, so it was a luxury listing. So we targeted similar neighborhoods that was in, that property was in. So we did the local targeting. We pulled up the map, and you draw like a circle, and it will populate all of the addresses, and you can say more or less or move it around. So for instance, if you just wanted to send it out to a condo complex that you sold in or something like that, you can narrow it down. Or if you're trying to start farming a specific area, you can just pull up that area and basically circle it.
Right. And the reason we can't show you that, Margie, is we don't have the right picture. So it won't. One of the things about it, and I love it when things are this way, it's kind of dummy proofed it for us. It won't let us move forward until we've got it all right. So since I don't have the right photo, it won't let me go to configure targeting. See, please fill all required fields. It's wanting me to fix this. When you go over to configure targeting, that's when you can pick what Jordan's talking about, a map area or a neighborhood area or a specific area to target if you're not targeting your database. So there you go. Great questions. I hope everybody is going to jump off of this Zoom and start I challenge you all, run a Facebook ad, right? Get a listing, run a Facebook ad, run a mailer. Look at the ease and the cost and the time. Within 30 minutes, we could have had an ad going on a listing and a mailer going out around a listing. And those are the steps we need to undertake to grow our business. So this is really great. I appreciate everybody. QR codes can be found in the MLS. If people are not aware, that's right. Good point, Jenna. You can have your QR code. It can be found in the MLS there in the Matrix or Flex for you folks down in Branson. Also, some of you may have QR codes that are customized to you that'll take them to your website or a specific landing page. So if you're a techie person that's good at QR codes, you can embed those QR codes there as well. So excellent thing. Sorry, not COVID. I'm fine. Just talking too much. So thank you all for being here and playing along today. I really appreciate it. It was great to have everybody on here. For those of you that want the invite, we're doing our 3 o'clock happy hour as we do every Friday. We're doing our 3 o'clock Zoom happy hour. We had a lot of fun last week, so we're going to be doing it again this week. I want to encourage everyone to be praying for your other agents and for the country. Be working on your business. We will get through all this. I want to thank the Branson Group for joining us all week and playing along. We hope you'll come back next week and continue to be with us as we grow our business. One other thing. Yes, I'll share the happy hour link out to you Branson folks as well, and you guys can jump on and play along with us for this afternoon. One other thing, for those of you that don't know, our MCA, Renee Roller, lost her mom this morning, early this morning. The ALC and the investors had started a fund yesterday in anticipation of this to help cover some of the funeral expenses. So for our agents here at the lake, if you want to participate and help in that, reach out to myself or Sherry Wigg, and we'll tell you about the steps that we're going to do to try to help take care of Renee and her family a little bit and love on her. So if you haven't had a chance, send her a message of prayers and thoughts. Her mom had been dealing with cancer for a while. It's been a struggle, but she passed on this morning, so we want to be cognizant of that.
Martin,
And yeah, Wendy, if we get a link right now, we're doing it through our culture committee, but if we get a GoFundMe, which is what we were talking about, maybe we'll share that link out to y'all as well. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. All right. Thank you all. I hope you got a wonderful week. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And one last thing, if you're getting, oh, yes, ma'am.
Karen's trying to say something.
I'm sorry.
it's all right. I have a card. I have cards here at the office, you know,
Okay.
for people to come. I also have envelopes to.
All right. Roger that. So there's cards there at the office for the Lake of the Ozarks group to sign on behalf of Alicia and on behalf of Renee. So please go by and do that. Guys, if you haven't told an agent you're friends with in your roster or outside of your roster about these, I really hope you will. This is a great chance for us to help our fellow agents grow. So please share this with them, share the link, subscribe on YouTube, and we appreciate you all. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next Monday, same bat time, same bat station.